would you say that it's better dating here than the States?
Oh boy. Yeah. I would say yes, because it's like they're reading from the same playbook, verbatim, word for word. It's about the money. It's about chasing the bag. It's about
In the
being
States.
it's about being a bad girl. It don't matter what city you in. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm next to Chicago, so a lot of my options are kind of limited because everybody comes from the city or works in the city, and I
Right.
work in the city.
You work in Chicago.
Yeah, I work in the city in Chicago.
How long take you to get to work every day?
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Are you in a township or?
I am in the township.
You said the women that you're used to dating
Mm.
in the U.S. all read from the same playbook, money-minded, being a bad girl and all that stuff. I wanted to ask about the emotional intelligence that is required to relate to an African woman or Ugandan woman versus an American woman.
Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. This is the Repart podcast, and on today's episode, we are joined by a special guest. He is a huge supporter of the Pan-African Dating Show. Speaking of the Pan-African Dating Show, we have an event coming up. Please check our socials for that event. Moving on. Now, Kyle, this was your first time leaving the States, right?
Yes.
Straight to an African country, and you picked Uganda.
Yes.
Yeah. We have had so many videos, on why African Americans are leaving Uganda or leaving Africa and so much more. And now we have you who decided to literally move straight to Uganda.
You didn't move.
Well,
He's
no.
visiting.
Visit. But it's like, why? Why is that? We want to know why. Tell the people why.
Primarily, I wanted to kind of come out and see what O'Shea was dealing with out here, see what life was like out here, and kind of experience things from a perspective where a lot more people look like me. Because I'm coming from, United States, and there's different groups and stuff like that. So I wanted to experience that for once. And I'm also dating out here as well. I'm a huge supporter of the Pan-African Dating Show, like she mentioned. And I actually found somebody from one of the groups. So I've been talking with her for a while, and that's another reason why I'm out here.
The general thing is that most people are scared of moving to Uganda, cost of living, not cost of living, the economy, and so many other things. But did that scare you in any way?
No, not really. I could basically find a way to make it. And I've always had like a feeling that I never found one place that feels like home. So I don't have a problem leaving or traveling or doing some adventure.
Yeah. And how has it been so far?
So far I've been here for about 3-4 days, and she's been hooking the brother up, and the weather's been nice. I haven't seen a dang mosquito. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
Oh, don't worry, they coming.
I came prepared with sprays and lamps and everything, man. Yeah, that's good. The weather's been nice. The people, nice. The cost of food is way cheaper than I am used to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it.
Well, first of all, welcome, my brother. Good to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's really cool to meet Kyle in person, man, because I like lurking in the Pan-African Dating Show live stream chat, and I like causing trouble in the chat, man. And he and I have kind of been chat buddies in there for a long time. So meeting him today for the first time in person is really dope. It's nice, man, and it's good to see a young, ambitious brother out here who's willing to take a chance and just kind of step outside of his comfort zone to come through and see some stuff that is unfamiliar. I think it's really amazing that the first time you're getting your passport stamped, you didn't just go somewhere like across the U.S. border. You decided to come all the way on a multi-leg flight. I know it wasn't a direct flight, so you had to go on a flight and then another flight to get here to Entebbe, to land in Entebbe, man. So I think it was awesome. What was your first impression when you arrived at the airport? Like, tell me about the emotions that you were experiencing. Did you land in the daytime? Was it a nighttime arrival? Like, narrate that experience for us, like, when you got off the flight. Did you walk onto the tarmac? Did you enter the jetway? What was it about, man?
So that was one thing. Walking onto the tarmac when I landed, that was super different for me because I'm used to going through the tunnel, JFK, LaGuardia, what you call O'Hare. They take you through the tunnel, but they opened the door and was like, "Hey, look, step down these steps right here. Walk over there to that bus. Here's your bags." And I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" I mean, I've seen it on TV. When people, come off the plane and it's kind of like fancy with the red carpet and stuff. But this one is a little different. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to know some differences here.
Because, I mean, I can just imagine when your feet hit that tarmac. That's different.
It's different.
rather than having to exit the airport and get to the taxi line and figure all that shit out, and that's the first time your feet touch soil. But you fresh off the plane, feet on the tarmac.
Oh yeah.
What was in your mind in that particular moment?
I'm here. I'm here. I could have two reactions. I could, bust out in tears, start kissing the floor. I could just take reality in and just be like, okay, I'm here. What am I gonna do next? What's the next move, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I instantly started plotting. Hey, look, where's the cab driver at? I need to find this. We need to find that. I need to get my bags.
Yeah.
Started kind of planning out because that's kind of the person I am.
Yeah.
I like to have a plan before I go into things.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I feet to the pavement, on the tarmac, it kind of really hit me when I got to the visa line.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, is this your first time traveling out United States? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, you go over here to line 1 and you go to line 3. And I was like, oh man, am I in trouble or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of hit me when I was at the visa line.
Yeah. And that's awesome, man. I mean, again, for your first international travel experience to be coming to Uganda, I think it's an amazing step. And I hope, much as your big brother O'Shea is here and he's rolling out the red carpet for you and taking good care of you, man, I hope that Ugandans have received you well and been treating you well.
Before the show, we had a conversation about connections and stuff, and I'm like, it blew my mind because I didn't understand exactly what was set up here before I came.
Yeah.
And having that conversation with you beforehand, I'm like, okay, so this is possible. I thought I would have to try to build from ground zero. Okay, I have to find this person, or I have to try to figure out who's a T1 here or T2 here, and then just build up from scratch. But you showed me here today that there's an importance for connections, and I don't think I really got that until today.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, I can just tell you right now, I feel like you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
We talked about this off camera. The universe has aligned for this trip to be more than just a visit to see and experience Uganda. You mentioned you have a young lady that you're in a relationship with who lives here. And there's a whole lot around that. But also at the same time, man, just understanding the variety of opportunities that you can tap into, even in a short time. If you're just here for 2 weeks, this could be a life-changing 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to have been able to introduce you to a different level of thinking. So over these next 10 days, when you continue your journey, man, I know it's going to just take another level of meaningfulness in your life, man.
Yeah.
So I congratulate you, brother.
Thank you.
It's going to be a good one.
I'm already plotting on how to come back. I'm already plotting, and I haven't
Yeah.
even left yet.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's amazing. So you're to Ugandans, you're light skin. Yeah, to Ugandans. To a normal Ugandan, you're light skin. Now, you're light skin. You're an African American who's light skin, plus your accent. Do they treat you differently? Is there some sort of discrimination or some sort
they'll
of
try to hit you with them prices. They'll try to hit you with them prices because I don't know whether it's the facial hair, light skin, or I don't know what it is, or the clothes I wear. But sometimes you go to the market, you might get the eye roll or somebody
eye roll?
Yeah. So I went to a dress market like the other day in the city.
Yeah.
And they were kind of trying to rush me to buy something. And I was like, okay, let me take a step back and I'm going to let the shorty handle it. She speaks the language and they'll want to deal with her. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be a fly on the wall kind of thing going on here. And I'll just fund whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't want to really get into it because it's like an uncomfortability because I don't know the language and I don't know certain nuances. I don't understand certain phrases and things like that. So I'm just going to learn to sit back and watch.
Yeah.
And there's people who are super nice. And I was kind of confused, like, all right, is it because I'm a foreigner or is it because they're genuine? And I don't know because I'm hearing kind of two-sided things. And I'm like, okay.
You know what you should do, man? You know what you should do? You know, you don't even have to do too much to disguise yourself. Just grab a little bit of dark makeup and rub a dark spot right here, man. They think you're Muslim, man.
Really?
They think you're Muslim from Saudi
or something.
Saudi or you know what I mean?
Okay.
And just don't talk.
Don't talk.
With your beard and that dark spot on your forehead right there, people will be like, okay, he's
Sheikh or
East
something.
African
Should
Muslim
I do like
brother.
a baldy?
No, keep it.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep it just like that, man. That curly texture in your hair, man.
Yeah.
you got it.
All right.
So
Dang, man.
that might remove some of that bias. No, I'm joking for real, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
could work. It could work.
Now, you mentioned that it made you uncomfortable and whatnot. Is that something you advise our viewers who look like you, like who are light-skinned or different shade of black, to be wary of or something like that?
I wouldn't say it's too much of a danger. I mean, if you if you kind of are used to being out and about, like in a large city area, or area where there's a lot of foot traffic, you kind of get to watch or kind of get to understand people
Yeah.
on a deep level, and you kind of know where you fit in or how to deal with certain situations. So I would say learn a lot more about the culture or
Yeah.
language before you come, because I knew nothing. I came here. I just wanted to come.
Yeah.
I'm super impatient. I just wanted to come.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of the guys came from like the O'Shea channels. Not really so much Kinganda, because I know there are some people. Were you following Kinganda for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you start following the Pan African Dating Show? Like the first episode?
It might have been the second episode. I
Okay.
think. Might have been the second.
Do you like the Pan African Dating Show more than this out of all the rest of the channels?
No, I just be tricking too much in the chat. That's why I be doing most of my tricking.
Independent.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the Pan African Dating Show, obviously, there were some people that got married. One brother was from Kenya, in Texas, African American brother. He ended up getting married next month in Kenya. So when the first show started, the ladies were almost all coming from Kenya on the live stream.
Yep.
Now it's a little bit different. It's more Uganda dominated since we have a new casting thing. So a lot of brothers are going to go to Kenya. Why did you choose Uganda? Because you were going to, think about maybe checking out Kenya first.
You want to be honest?
Yeah.
Super thick, super fine, dark skin. I like that, right? And I don't know whether it's because I'm apparently light skinned. I don't know.
That's in Kenya too, though.
Look, man, I saw Uganda first, man. I'm not. I don't like change.
Why did you see Uganda? Like to see these super.
No, when they
thick
first started
women?
coming on, I was like,
Oh, so the Ugandan women start coming onto the live stream.
and I was about to go to Kenya, to be honest.
Yeah, you told me
Because
that.
I had met somebody in the chat who was getting married to Shorty in September, I think it is this year.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, come to Kenya. I'm
That
like,
dude's in the military, actually.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that struck a chord with me too, because I was in the military as well. So
Right.
I was like, okay, maybe I might want to go to Kenya and whatnot. But yo, Uganda, maybe I'm simping. I don't know what's going on, but
Probably so.
yeah, I had to come to Uganda. I had to.
Okay.
I had to.
And the expectations. Did you find what you saw online, or was it like? deep,
Yeah,
so fake?
I got what I wanted, like as far as looks.
Yeah.
The personality was the plus that kind of pushed me to do certain things where it's like, all right, is he really doing that for her right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Speaking of dating, you have a lovely lady. Shout out to her. Tell us about that as an African American dating in Uganda.
Oh man. So one thing I have to get used to, and I try not to get offended by, is when people come around family or they get comfortable, they start speaking Ugandan or they don't include me in the conversation,
Right.
kind of. And I like to know things,
Right.
so I had to kind of get over my ego there, because they don't have to owe me any understanding.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, just let them talk, whatever. So I had to get used to that. Just meeting people, and I remember on one of the other shows, you guys were talking about personal space, right?
Right.
People thinking they could just call your phone whenever they want or text you whenever they want. And I'm like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
You don't like that?
Nah, I don't like that. I like my personal space and privacy sometimes.
Yeah.
I need time to think and I need time to plan. And I can't have somebody blowing up my phone. Only my mama could do that.
Right.
So I had to get used to that.
Yeah.
I'm still getting over that. So there's a lot of things I had to overcome and learn.
Would you say that it's better dating here than the States?
Oh boy. Yeah. I would say yes, because it's like they're reading from the same playbook verbatim, word for word. It's about the money. It's about chasing the bag. It's about
In the
being
States.
it's about being a bad girl. It don't matter what city you in. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm next to Chicago. So a lot of my options are kind of limited because everybody comes from the city or works in the city, and I
Right.
work in the city.
You work in Chicago.
Yeah, I work in the city in Chicago.
Okay.
And I'm actually based out of the suburbs, but I make the commute to work in the city because that's where the money's at.
Right.
And when you talk to them, I have
How long does it take to get to work every day?
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Are you in a township or
I am in the township.
what's the township?
It's Lake County township, and
Okay.
it's Fox Lake to be exact, like more specifically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How far are you from like Tiffany Henry? How far are you from like
An hour and 20 minutes the other way.
other way? Okay.
The other way. And
So
I'm,
you're not in Cook County.
I am in, well, I'm on the verge because my pops is in Cook County.
Right.
So I try to stay on my side of things.
Right,
you know,
right.
'cause even the police out there is different.
So
Cook
you
County,
take the ride to work 1 hour and 20 minutes
Yeah.
and back.
Yeah, because the company that I work for is the best at what they do, and I want to be with the best.
Right.
So I'll take that. I don't care about the drive.
Okay. You actually drive?
I drive, yeah.
Okay.
At first, it was a beat down 2003 Ford F-150, and then I was like, all right, I can't do this. F-150, it's like 100 miles each way every day. So I'm like, all right, let me get a Toyota or something Japanese that's reliable, and then go make the trip.
Okay.
You said the women that you're used to dating in the U.S. all read from the same playbook, money-minded, being a bad girl and all that stuff. I wanted to ask about the emotional intelligence that is required to relate to an African woman or Ugandan woman versus an American woman. That was a big part of my journey when it came to relating to the women that I dated and ultimately being able to find a good balance with the woman who I eventually married, my wife now. Shout out to her. We celebrated our 6th anniversary just the other day.
Congrats.
That was awesome. So what's that been like for you? Is she softer, gentler? Is she more sensitive? Is she more prone to having attacks of emotional outbursts? Or is she more understanding? Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
So that's one thing I had to get used to coming here. I've talked to a couple of women from the Pan-African Dating Show, and they tend to be a lot softer, like you said.
Right.
Like the one that I'm talking to right now, if she gets too stressed, she's gonna start crying. And I'm like, I don't trust many people, so I think you lying to me with the crocodile tears, right? But she's actually genuine. I had to get used to that. When you spoke about emotional intelligence, it kind of takes a certain level of empathy to kind of understand where that person's coming from and not trying to be right and prove a point all the time. Because as a young man, I used to try to always prove a point. I used to always want to be right. It also takes compassion too. The ability to kind of like, I want to say, not only understand where they're coming from, but to try to see how you can be a part of what they're talking about or be a solution to a problem they may have or something like that, compassion. And a lot of people lack that because they're selfish. And that's something I had to get out of my mind coming here because I don't want to bring that energy from what I experienced in America here to the people who may not understand that here in Uganda.
What did you experience in America?
Man, being stood up on dates, being cussed out for no reason, being called controlling. Because a lot of people don't understand when you work hard to build something, there's going to be rules. There's going to be rules because I have to live by rules, and everybody understands rules when you are going to school, when you're going to work, when you're buying cars, when you're buying houses. But when it comes to relationship, there's no rules. But I don't understand how it works, and I never understood how that works. That's why I don't kind of gravitate towards dating people in America because they don't understand that there's no accountability there.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot of
I'm tired of explaining. I'm tired of trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody who's equipped with a basic set of values and culture. Then I can work with that. You know?
You spoke about women in the States being all about the money and whatnot. So are you trying to say that the women in Uganda are not about the money?
Well,
That was surprising to me.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It is here too as well, but it's not as common, and people aren't so outward with based what I've experienced.
Shit.
Bless your heart.
What I've experienced, but there were a few that I had to eliminate from contingency.
Yeah.
Because one of the first questions, like you guys are saying, how much money do you make, or where do you work? What do you do for a living? Right. That's kind of an informal way of asking how much money you make, because I'm pretty sure they'll go and look it up if you tell them. But when I get those kind of vibes, I just zone out and I put you in the group. All right, you're part of this group now. I'm not gonna deal with you.
You came to the Pan African Dating Show. We had a shoot. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
He came in on Sunday. Monday was a holiday.
Yes. Mother's Day.
Yeah, and they had that whole Martyrs Day weekend not long ago. So Tuesday was the first work day that we had as a team, and we had to shoot. And I think that was the first time somebody came to visit me that actually saw. Wait, no, I think this LER Movement might have came and saw.
I think he did. Yeah, you mentioned that.
He was here. He's one of my good friends. But did he come to a shoot
Yeah, he did.
for the PDS?
Yeah. I think. But then we're not shooting at.
Yeah.
Outside,
So, anyways, and I was telling him, and I never really revealed this. I'm like, I try not to go to the shoot, and because of the ladies, because we had a situation one time where, one of the girls came out and was like, are you O'Shea? I'm in love with you. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
It was the Austin Holloman episode. You know Austin Holloman, he was here.
Yeah.
So the
She's
girl
trying to
was
get
just
some money.
almost there, like if you wanted to like do the thing right there in front of her, she would have been like, yes, please, right now. It was bad. So I had to stop coming to them as much because of just, you don't know if somebody's going to be genuine or if somebody or you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's definitely here, bro. And they come with many different ways. Like, at least in America, somebody will be like, look, I need $5. Give it to me. Buy me this. Here is, my dad just got into the accident. Right before I showed you a text message. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways I think that here women have what Raymond Kahuma will call it in social media. We call it packaging, how we present content. I think women in here in Africa, Uganda, when they want to ask you for something, man, they have so many layers of packaging in a text that they can give you that you're not used to. And, it's a lot of dry bagging that goes on here. And it's very indirect.
Okay.
And women in America don't really have that kind of time to be that articulate when it comes to dry bagging. I think they shit anyway. Like, give me this money or else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women here ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? If you be like, how you doing today? I'm not fine. And when you hear that, man, you might as well just go ahead on block her, bro. Cause man,
Go ahead and send her some money.
Man, listen. I've never seen women so articulate when it comes to asking for things. How I came here, and they have so many different ways they can do it. That's the beauty of it, man. They have
who comes up with this stuff?
No, if you can be coached to do this shit, what about our economy here? Like, okay, like we focus on the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause that was actually well presented, and the timing is perfect. You know what I mean? I'm like, that was smart. Sometimes I just give it because the lie is so good. I want to support.
You guys support them. Support business.
I want to hear from Gabs about the dry begging.
What is my opinion on it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of culture now. See, I think O'Shea said it properly. Women in America will say, I need this or else. Women here have a tendency to playfully suggest that it's what they want. Or present themselves as damsels in distress in need of saving. Right? But the frequency of it is just suspicious. The frequency of it is just suspicious. That's what makes it unbelievable. It's the level of comfort that somebody has just to ask. It's like, you can roll the clip of me calling Ugandans beggars.
Yep,
right?
that's why I asked.
Should we roll it right now?
Yep.
Hold on. Play that clip.
Africans are beggars. Africans are institutionalized beggars, right? I'll tell you how Ugandans be begging, right? So I married a Ugandan woman, right? My older brother married a Rwandan woman, right? And at the time of both of our weddings, my old man sat down with us both and said, listen here, man, I don't want to hear a single goddamn word out of you talking about a wedding meeting.
Wedding lunch.
We don't fundraise. Fundraise for what? If you can't afford to pay for your own wedding, don't get married. If you cannot pay for your own wedding in full 150%, don't get married. You're not ready to get married. You're not qualified as a man to say, I want to get married if you can't pay for your own wedding. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. For me, we refer to wedding meetings as institutionalized begging. You're sitting down, presenting a budget of 100 times more than what you can afford to have a wedding, and you want 100% of that to be financed by your friends and family and your loved ones. Like, to me, that is the definition. The way I see it in this context, and this goes back to when I was in the dating game, right? It's always just going to be very shocking or uncomfortable when somebody is so casually easy asking you for something.
Right.
Before they even know your name.
Oh, right.
I used to be out in a bar. I used to be out in a club. You meet a girl. She's beautiful. You go say hi. Buy me a cocktail. Buy me a drink. You don't even know my name yet. You haven't even heard me compliment you yet.
You mean this is in Uganda or in the States?
This is here in Kampala.
Yeah.
Right? Back when nightclubs were popping, nightclubs were a thing, and we used to be out and about in the groove.
Is it still a thing? It's not really so much more, is it?
No, not anymore. I'm talking about this is now like...
Right. 1972.
Yeah, in that era. Right? In the era of Club Silk and, right, Ange Mystique and people who are watching, if you know, you know. So I'll say this. Ugandan women have always been aware of how beautiful they are.
Right.
And they've always been aware of how men are tricks, particularly men who are insecure about their level of game. If you don't have a mouthpiece, the easiest thing to do is pull out your wallet and splash some cash to win over a woman's affections. And they'll never say no to that. But nigga like me, I will force you to, acquiesce to my need to invest as little as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it all just depends, man. It all just depends on what cloth you're cut from. But this is a different type over here.
Yeah.
Can I say something else?
Please.
So let me just say this, and this is in general for anybody coming to Uganda, male or female. I have a particular controversial statement I want to make. So in relationships, okay, there are many different ways you can view, but typically one person is the prize over the other. That's typically the case.
Yeah.
Very, very seldomly do you get a Beyonce, Jay-Z sort of relationship, right? One is going to be providing the more opportunity than the other. It could be the woman or it could be the man. It don't have to be the man. But I will just say this, for anybody coming here or going anywhere else, now, if you are the person that offers the life-changing opportunity, in that case, if you're a lady in Uganda offering it to an American man, for whatever reason, or vice versa, then who needs to pay at that point? I mean, we need to be honest about that, because a lot of guys, man, I knew a guy that came here, shout out to Sub-Zero in Atlanta. So his friend came here and spent $15,000 in a month.
What?
Yeah, I want to bring the guy on to the interview to talk about this. $15,000, right?
Tell me about that guy.
Yeah, this is maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I had to realize, if I'm the person that is bringing a lot of value to a situation and the person is not, I'm not going to pay you. I used to be very free. John used to get on me all the time. Stop spending so much money on people. John is like Mother Africa, her and Shally, So they tell you what you can't wear, what you can't say, what you can't do, who you cannot, what time you're supposed to come into the house, all of that stuff. And I see so many people coming here and guys coming here, or people in general, and feeling like they have to do a whole lot. And maybe you're in a new environment, what you've already done in your life can still transfer here. And so people also need to do something for you. Don't always feel like, and as more I've been to Uganda, I've gotten the ability to be like, no, fuck off. Now I'm there. I'm finally, I don't feel sorry for people anymore. They may say Uganda's poor. Listen, these people have a good time. They got money. They doing stuff all the time. They had all the high-end events. Okay, they'll completely be fine. You don't have to go over your back to do things for people if they're not doing nothing for you. Let me just say that. And if you are offering a life-changing opportunity, who needs to then pay? Now if I'm going, I wish somebody would ask me, you need to buy me a drink. How about you need to get the f on? That's what you need to do. Quite frank, just straight up like that. Maybe not in that particular terminology, because I know who I am. It don't matter if I was from here or from nowhere else. If I have the changing opportunity for you, you're not going to demand that I do anything because you can't do shit for me. And I think that's how a lot of people need to look at it. Male or woman, whichever one. And once you look at yourself like that, I think that it's going to be very easy, like he was saying, to eliminate. Because I see so many guys that go through school, or even people in America go through school, even guys in Africa. It happens here. You had one guy from Burundi. He made the Nairobi Gossip Club. Shout out to them. The guy had spent $20,000 flying he had met some chick from Kenya, got to Jomo Kenyatta Airport, and it was a catfish.
Ooh,
that's crazy.
That's wild.
Did you hear about that story?
Yeah.
So and that's it's the only reason that I think a lot of guys come to Africa feeling like you need to, change some person's life or change a woman's life. People that want to be on that path with you, that's who you change. That's who you go to bat for. You don't go to bat for people because they look at you as a resource and they don't want to give you anything. I have learned, and you're gonna learn that very quickly here, that you think you're gonna try to do that, you're gonna end up broke. Be taking care of people who take care of you. The rest, fuck them. Sorry, mom. Fuck them. Point blank, period. So for you brothers and sisters come out here, if you're the person in your situation, because there's people that come on money in Uganda for sure.
Yeah.
If you're the person situation that offers the more opportunity than the person you're dealing with, then who is the person that needs to be trying to win the other person over?
Yeah.
And that means, like you said, you the one that, okay, look, I'm the one that's got this popping, right? So you need to acquiesce to what I'm trying to do. Not me trying to acquiesce for you who ain't got shit to give me. Take your ass on. Send them to somebody else. And then when you start to do that, man, your life can get better here.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Because my pockets used to be very light.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still light now, but they lighter.
Trying to serve everyone.
You can't do it.
Yep.
Please don't do that. Don't come here trying to do that.
I want to ask Kyle. I don't know if you want this information out there, but you take care of your lady in terms of bills and whatnot.
Yeah. So that's something like O'Shea was talking about that I do because she has proven to me for a long period of time since like November that she deserves to be there. So the thing that I can offer and I can do for her, I do that with these because the thing that's simple for her to offer to me, which is understanding, kindness, right? Meekness, not wanting to argue about stuff. Just the classic stuff I could find in America.
Yeah.
She offers something that's different and it's like a breath of fresh air for me. So I'm willing to invest in that. And the way I see it is it's an investment because I'm taking away some of the stress that she might have in life for worrying about stuff because she's in school right now. And the way that I look at it, she's going to become an accountant. And that's something I can potentially use myself in whatever business I might want to build or whatever thing that might be planned in the future. That's a usable skill. So I want to invest in that and make sure that she can provide that to me with a clear mind. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. I asked about the bills because I wanted to find out if you are also catering for her extended family. Like if you're paying the bills for the extended family too. Let the people know.
Oh my God.
Because like they may encounter that.
Let me know.
So
I
no,
kick you up out this house if you say the wrong thing.
nobody has made that offer yet or made that inquiry yet.
Don't worry, it'll come. Depending.
Yeah, I think maybe if we get to the stage where we're talking about dowry and
definitely.
things like that, then they might ask for things like that. And if I have somebody negotiate on my behalf, then I would try to negotiate against that if it's feasible. But if it's unavoidable, then I'll do it for that point in period. And I would be okay with helping out the parents for raising her to be the wonderful lady that she is. I'll be okay with that. But when it starts coming like these random occurrences, like, hey, I need this, or hey, you know, my dog died, my cat died.
We need to build this and that.
Like you was telling me earlier, Gabs, hey, look, you have this money over here. I need you to put it over here. I don't need you to be giving it out freely, willy-nilly, because I didn't work this hard for you to just be giving out the stuff that's supposed to be for the house. So
yeah.
Let me add on to that free advice, my brother, because I don't know what her family's financial situation is. Are you familiar with her family's financial situation in terms of the background of where
it seems like they're well-to-do?
It seems.
Yeah.
All right. So here's,
I don't know for sure.
Here's three things that you're automatically going to have to just accept. Her family's always going to be in your business. One. Yeah.
I'm trying to get over.
So having your space and having the freedom to live your life as man and woman independent of the input of those people around her in her world,
That's a no-go.
cancel that. You're going to have to find a balance. Okay. You're going to have to work with her to find the compromise on protecting your peace in certain areas, but there are other areas where it's a non-negotiable. She's going to have to go and share and invite others to participate, right?
Okay.
Fact, one. Two, there's never going to be a time when you are not going to have to be on the hook to support somebody in her family.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It could be a niece or a nephew that needs school fees to be paid. It could be a wedding that needs a contribution. It could be a funeral that, you know, needs to be paid for because somebody has sadly passed away. It could be a medical need or something like that. By virtue of the fact that you are a successful man and your economic position allows you to have the disposable funds to do something like that easily, it's going to look bad on you if you don't.
If I don't.
It's going to look bad on you if you don't.
Okay.
So you better set aside a fund for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Third, when it comes time for you and her to think about kids and having an extended family and all that, presuming that your relationship gets to that stage, right? You need to figure out how to balance your Americanness with her Ugandan culture.
Okay.
Because if you have your kids here and all they know is here.
Mm.
And they're taught the language here.
Mm.
And they're learning from her parents and aunties and siblings and all of that stuff, right? You have to be very intentional about now making your life kind of like bi-coastal.
Okay.
Take your kids for vacations with your parents. Let them go and see them for the summer.
Okay.
All that, like, you have to be very intentional about that because
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work if I don't let them go see them. Right? It's not gonna work.
yeah, I mean, unless your parents are going to come here, but also
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time, like, that's a part of you
Right.
and you can't lose that part of you.
Right.
A lot of guys come here and they just immerse themselves in a lifestyle over here. They start wearing local African clothes and walking around in fucking sandals all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they lose themselves in that gladly and willingly and freely. But if your heritage means something to you,
Mm.
you have to be very intentional about preserving that because the strength of the family unit that she has here is going to dominate your will. It's going to dominate your will, bro.
I kind of get a little bit of that right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're
So
saying.
you have to be very intentional about agreeing with her and designing your life around the way where your kids and your lifestyle permits you to remain connected with your family.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got
If it's
you.
your dad, if you have siblings, all of that stuff, like, encourage them to come here and visit.
Okay.
Right? Encourage your wife to be able to pack up a bag and you guys take an extended vacation to the States and go and introduce her to your family and do all of that stuff over there. You know what I mean? But, like, those are a few things that I think are going to be essential to you establishing a happy bond that allows you to still be yourself, but also at the same time understand, like, there's cultural differences here that are going to be very difficult for you to navigate. You're never going to be independently just you and her in your box, happily ever after. Like, you're it's not her joining your family, it's you joining her family.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So you're going to become their son.
Okay.
You're going to become their, even if her family has all the money in the world.
Yeah.
I'm just saying those small instances where you need to contribute. There's a cultural expectation that you do. You have no option to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have no option to say no.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how rich the person is. Their kid is getting married. You have to give them a contribution. Culturally, that's the expectation.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a friend, if you're a relative, if you're close to them, there's that expectation, and it looks bad on you if you don't. So just think about all that stuff,
Yeah.
and don't get caught off guard. Because right now it's Wednesday, 7:45 p.m. Somebody will call you tomorrow morning at 8. Yo, my auntie died.
Send.
We need to bury on Saturday.
Yeah.
Send.
Contribution.
Mm.
So you need that money
Condolences.
standing by,
Okay.
and that way you're not resentful about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be a substantial. You don't have to send thousands of dollars, but just
Contribute something.
something that means something. So
That
just
they'll appreciate.
consider
you.
that.
'Cause
Consider that.
You may be known as the stingy in-law.
Oh,
Trust me, they'll talk
stingy.
about you.
Stingy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
They
nothing-
don't want to know
Yeah.
at the you're setting boundaries and keeping this money
they're
to
not
build your
concerned with
future.
that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
to them, you're not contributing something. You're stingy.
Yeah.
You're the stingy in-law.
Gotcha.
Now you think they're talking about you in Uganda now?
Oh, what?
Wait
My
till
What?
they find out you're not contributing to anything.
So what are some like other no's dealing with like Ugandan families? Like, is there like some other informal norms that I should know? Some heads ups?
I do feel like Gabs has covered most of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
He covered the important things because the rest you can ignore or you can you can live without or something like that. But he has covered the important things because as an in-law, your contribution matters a lot. It
Okay.
really matters. Other than that, the rest are just
It's more about the symbolism than the actual value of what it is that you're giving.
thank you.
Yes. Your willingness to be there and support, your willingness to like stand in that moment with them
Yeah.
and be supportive. Even if you're just on the sideline, just as long as you've done something that shows a gesture of support, that means more than,
The
Yeah.
value of the money.
yeah, the value of the money. Because
Okay.
this guy loves us and he wants to
Yeah.
continue to appreciate and respect our culture and our traditions and be a part of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can work with that.
Yeah. And Kyle, has she told you like any expectations that her family has of you?
To be honest, it was a lot about respect. That's something I couldn't really understand because sometimes family members approach you with the utmost disrespect, but you
Yeah.
still got to be respectful because you're the visitor, you're the new guy, and you just need to shut up sometimes. So I don't argue with people, and that's something that she expected, and that's who I am already. So it kind of worked out, and I didn't have to work on anything. I think also just being able to get along with people as well, along with the respect. Even if we have our differences, like let's say an aunt or an uncle or something like that, we have to at least try to make it amicable, so that doesn't cause divide, because it's gonna come back to her, and then she's gonna be worried about it's gonna come back to me. You know, so it's gonna be passed around, and I'm be known as the disrespectful husband or boyfriend. And reputation, what I see is it means a lot. Reputation.
Another thing you're gonna have to look out for. Sorry, her friends are gonna come after you.
Yeah.
There will be at least one of them.
Yep.
Who wants what she has.
Ooh.
If you're a successful man who treats her well, provides her with a great life, respectful, and all of that stuff, at least one of them is going to try and come and test whether or not she can have what her friends has.
Okay.
Be on the alert.
Okay. So
Yep.
competition.
You'll sniff
between
that one
friends.
out quickly, though.
Competition between friends.
It's not competition.
It's cutthroat.
The fake
cutthroat.
friend will come up.
Okay.
It's cutthroat. They weren't friends at all to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
These are relationships of convenience. These are the young ladies that she's in school with on campus right now. And because of one circumstance or another, they're spending a lot of time socializing with each other. They may not have grown up together. Like those friends that she's loyal with from her primary school days aren't the ones.
Okay.
We're talking about the one that's been with her like 1 or 2 years. Those ones where it's a situational friendship where we've met, we had a rapport, and now we're just hanging out together.
Gotcha.
Because we enjoy each other's company, but we don't have a historical bond. That chick lays her eyes on you, she's gonna be like, I'm flyer than her. I'm sexier than her, right? I can give him a better experience than she can. Let me try.
Okay.
And sure enough, she will try.
Got you.
So be on the alert, but also be transparent in conversations with her about that.
Yeah.
If the minute that you sniff that she has a friend who's not trustworthy, don't protect her from that truth, y'all. Do not protect her from the truth of her friend being untrustworthy. One of the greatest lessons that I'm always trying to teach my wife is, if you have a friend who's a liability, cut her off. Immediately.
Yeah.
Surgically remove that tumor. Like it's cancerous. So these are some of the, again, emotional intelligence conversations that you're going to have. So that's another layer to it that you may not expect, but it's coming.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Well, guys, this was very insightful. I feel like you guys gave the viewers game on how to survive as an African American man dating on the Ugandan scene. I feel like they're trying to save you, but some of you can't be saved. So we'll just pray for you. Because we know
some of these dudes out here just want to be simps, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
You're welcome to it. You're welcome to it.
It's a hard life.
Eat
It's a hard
you
life.
alive.
It's a hard
good
life.
luck with your simping. It's not bad to simp though.
Simp.
It's not bad for you.
Don't need to eat you alive.
Yeah, it's not bad for
it's
you.
not bad. Give out money when you can.
Oh.
I need to like some simp, yeah.
But yeah, guys, we've come to the end of this episode. Tell them where they can find you if they want to reach out to you.
You can find me on Facebook at Kyle K. Morton Jr.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram, same handle, Kyle K. Morton Jr. Or LinkedIn.
So what
Kyle
if
K.
a
Morton
girl
Jr.
likes you and she moves to your Instagram?
You
You
trying
have
to
to
set
think
me up?
about that.
You trying to set me up, huh? I had to think about what's
Cut it
going
out.
on here real quick.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna put it to the side for now because I have somebody that I'm working with. I've invested a lot with already, and I don't feel like starting those over. I'm lazy. Right now.
Okay. Agawa, where can
That's
they
what's
find
up.
you?
Follow me at Master Gabs on all of the platforms that matter. And do not send me no messages. I'm about to be like, oh,
You're
shit.
tired
They
too?
send you messages?
Why?
Don't send me anything.
They send you messages?
I got scammers now trying to get me to influence for all types of Pan-African business opportunities, crypto this. And
Are you serious?
Trees.
From this show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Okay. Shay.
Hey, message me at O'Shea Duke on Instagram because I want to see, because I'm going to put you on blast. So send it to me on the message. I'm going to make a whole show about y'all. So if you put, I'm going to put your username out there too,
Yeah.
just so you know. So if you ain't messing me with some bullshit, I'm telling everybody. So
Okay.
message me, please. All the
Okay.
scammers.
Well, thank you for that. Once again, we do have an event, the speed dating experience, on the 6th of July, 2024 at Zimbali Bistro. We're
Are you gonna go?
expecting you there.
Are you gonna
It's
participate?
speed dating. I may participate. Who knows? Maybe it's fun. Sorry.
Please, John.
Yeah, come
through.
through and find yourself a partner, find yourself a loved one, find yourself a Ugandan girl, East African girl. So we are hoping to see you there.
If you tired of him not give you transport money, come
Yeah.
on through.
Also
And
for the ladies,
All you
girls, come
thirsty
through.
aunties who are looking for a young man to
Okay.
reinvigorate your lifestyle, help you get your groove back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some fellas there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the speed dating, you can date everyone and then decide on who you want. So this time,
Yeah.
there's no being picky. You can you can date them all. But yeah, guys, we hope to see you there, and you can follow us on all our social media pages at King and the Nation. Follow me at Johnny Tamaya. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.
All right.